Good afternoon, everybody. Pastor Eric here from Anna United Methodist Church. So glad to be given the daily lunchtime devotional this afternoon. Hope everybody is doing well on this Maundy, Thursday. So we're going to be reading a piece of scripture about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. But I wanted to remind everyone that we will be having a Maundy, Thursday worship service tonight at 7. That'll be available on the church's webpage through YouTube, and we'll also have it set up on Facebook. We'll be starting at 7 o'clock. So Monday, Thursday worship, 7 o'clock tonight. We're going to be focusing there on what happened inside the upper room, Jesus washing feet and giving us the first communion. And we'll be sharing communion, virtual communion together with each other there as well. So here, what I want to do for the devotional at lunchtime, though, is take a look at Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. And I'm going to be starting in verse 36 and going on down to 46. And we're in the Gospel of Matthew in chapter 26. So here we go. Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Going a little farther, he fell on his face with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. "Couldn't you men keep watching with me for 1 hour?" he asked Peter. "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He went away a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done." When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. So he left them and went away once more and prayed the third time, saying the same thing. Then he returned to the disciples and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour has come, and the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners. Rise up, let us go. Here comes my betrayer." And of course, my phone is ringing. We'll just have to let that go. Um, so we're here in the garden, and we're here for Jesus in this last prayer that he has before he's betrayed. And there's so many great things that we can take from the way Jesus prays. First of all, uh, honest. I just love the honesty of this prayer. This is the most honest prayer. I want us all to realize that God knows what we're thinking. Go ahead and tell him. Two, uh, honesty in the face of a trouble that's coming, honesty in the face of something that's going to take courage, and praying that God's will be done. When you see hardships ahead, that is the time. That is the time to go to the Lord in prayer, because when hardships are coming, you want to know that you're going to have God's strength to overcome them. So 3 times Jesus prayed. So repetition. Now Jesus has told us at another place, don't use vain repetitions like the heathens do, which is just to repeat words and words over and over and over again without having any meaning. But here he prayed 3 times, and we have a sense of how much he was praying, because he came back to Peter and said, "You couldn't even stay awake for an hour." So this was some heavy duty praying, and he went back again and again. So don't be afraid to pray more than once. As a matter of fact, if it's really important, you should pray, well, at least 3 times. So those are some practical things that we can get out of Jesus praying for ourselves. But I want to move and focus on what Jesus was doing at the time. To give up yourself so that someone else might live is the highest act of love. And Jesus was going through this, and he had his friends with him, but they didn't understand what was happening yet. They didn't know what was going. So in one sense, he had his friends, but he was going through it alone. And so to me, that means no matter what my trouble is, no matter how much strength I need, I can always go back to Jesus. I can always go back to God and follow the prayer of Jesus to know that God's going to be with me despite the height of the mountain I have to climb or the struggle I have to overcome. So look forward to seeing everybody tonight at 7 at virtual Monday, Thursday worship. Have a great